Hi, my name is Ryan ROX, and this is ROX Talks. Hello and welcome to ROX Talks. My name is Ryan ROX, and sorry it's been a minute since my last episode in Las Vegas. I don't live there anymore. I live in El Paso, Texas. Wait, I don't. I don't even know where I live.
She doesn't even know where she lives.
I live in Las Cruces, New Mexico now. I've been all over the place. I've been working a lot in Albuquerque and El Paso, filming movies and TV shows and doing drag all over the world. Just kidding. in Las Cruces and El Paso. And speaking of drag, I have some very special guests with me. Today, we're actually coming at you from my car. We're on our way to Albuquerque right now. I figured we'd just have both of them instead of one episode each. So without further ado, wait, do you have any titles or anything? All fancy?
No.
Oh my god. Okay.
Not yet.
Neither do I, so, I don't know, we're not even family related. My good Judy's from, I don't even know, you're not even from anywhere. Currently from El Paso, Salem Ofax.
Hello.
And from Las Cruces, New Mexico. Currently residing in Las Cruces, New Mexico.
Currently.
Keisha Fawn.
Hello.
Hi, ladies.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Oh, yeah.
So Keisha just went and did her first pageant.
She did.
At
First pageant ever at Touch. She got third place. It was cute.
Miss
We're only going up from here.
Touch Sweetheart, right?
Yeah.
And how was that?
It was overwhelming at the start.
On Tuesday, you were freaking out.
We are very, last minute gigs. Made the entire outfit the day of. Made my entire mix the day of. But that is okay, because she's still playing Status 7 Girls.
Yes. I'm sorry I didn't go.
That's okay. Girl.
She's tired all the time. She's old.
I am too. I didn't even want to go.
Yeah, so that's what Keisha's been up to. And now, what Salem's about to be up to. Do you want to tell the children?
We are... What are we doing?
Where are we
We're going to the Saints Ball gigs in Albuquerque.
At Sidewinders Ranch.
Sidewinders Ranch. We love the ranch.
Sidewinders Ranch. We're about to see 19 whole-ass performances.
Ooh.
Very scared about that.
Rally. We're going to rally through.
It's going to be a long show. But a fun one nonetheless.
Yeah, they always are.
Absolutely.
Because we're there.
And it's my first time basically going there, so I'm really excited for that. Pop my sherry over there.
Ooh.
Dude, yeah. First time going on drag over there.
That's gonna be so fun because I actually know these girls now.
Yeah.
Because last time when I went, and they all did, I think a lot of them, not all of them, because it wasn't like their gig solely, but a lot of them obviously were opening for Evie Godley because I was like their gig.
Where was that one at?
It was there.
Oh, okay, cute.
It was September 13th, I believe. Jessica Lahore and Calorie were at FX. So I went there for like 2 seconds. And then I hauled ass to Sidewinders and saw literally Evie saying bye to everyone.
Oh, no.
I know. And I think, I don't even know, but I think looking back, I've seen that some of them opened for her. But I saw Kuwani from across the bar. I always tell this story.
From across the bar.
And
she said I looked over and we just locked eyes.
Locked eyes from across the room. And she had the paint from the Dolly performance. She did those numbers.
The black and white.
Yeah, she had the circular black and white and the green wig. And I just wanted to take a picture with her, and she was super nice. And she actually had a little social media card that had all her stuff, which I really think I should do. And I know Ivana has it.
Kuwani?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, okay, work.
She had a little social media card with her Instagram handle and all that, and had a little picture of her, and she just handed them out. So I took a picture with her, I found her, I tagged her, we followed each other, and then I booked her, like, however many months later.
Cute.
Yeah, you guys should get that. That'd be fun. We should all do that. I know Ivana has some, but they're like way cheaper and easier to like, instead of like find me, like take your phone out or whatever.
Yeah. True. Plus, when everybody's all drunk, they go home with it. So
Yeah.
it's hard to forget when you have physical evidence.
Yes. So I was just telling Keisha, I still haven't told Salem, so I'll just tell you on the podcast. Let's see, on Thursday I got tested for HIV and I'm negative. Not that there's
Love
a
that,
stigma
bro.
between negative or positive, like no stigma, we don't care as long as you get tested. And it's this place in Cruces called Alianza, and my friend took me and he did like a referral thing, so he took me, I got tested, it took 60 seconds, they prick your finger, get some blood, and he got $20 for taking me, and I got $20 for doing it. And so I have those little referral cards now. So
I guess we're getting $20.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Next time you're in Cruces, let's do that, and then you can start doing it from there. Like getting your friends to do it, and every time that you get someone to do it, both you get $20.
That's lovely.
Yeah, and everyone should know. They also do syphilis and gonorrhea, I think, at the same time if you want. So if you're feeling a little frisky one night and you're a little nervous, you can go the next day.
Not even if you're feeling frisky. You gotta do it all the time.
Correct. But specifically for like gonorrhea and syphilis.
Oh my gosh.
I've never had an STD and it scares me because my friends used to get them all the time.
STDs?
And they would, yeah.
Oh my god.
And they would just like, they'd be so casual and like nonchalant about it and like laugh through it. And I mean, I guess you like should handle it like how you're gonna handle it. Actually, our last episode of this podcast, we talked to somebody that tested positive for HIV.
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking about how he went through it. But I mean, I'm more talking about getting ones that are easily treatable and kind of more common.
Yeah.
And they straight up like, I couldn't even believe how many times they just continued to get them and didn't never learn, or I guess like sometimes you just have the urge and don't wear protection. I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? Or do you want to talk about that?
About what?
I don't know, like, do you ever have that, like, it's more important to be in the moment than worry about it later?
I think everybody's different. Personally, I don't feel that way, but I do see how it is easy to fall into that, because, you know, it's human nature, girl.
Right, no, I got that. I'm not judging them either.
Yeah.
And
But,
of course, everything is, like, I don't judge anyone for anything. And I just think everyone should be safe in general in the long run, as far as even, like, having consent, and if you're, like, I respect sex workers and sex work as long as they're being safe.
very that.
But yeah. Let's see what else. We're gonna talk about some tea. About let's see. We probably shouldn't talk about the one we were just talking about though.
Huh?
Let's talk about like Rue Girl tea then.
Okay.
Since we don't want to talk about that other show tea that we have. The one that went to Whataburger.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about it either.
Okay. Well then, I guess think back in your repertoire of working with Rue Girl and tell us a story.
Well, my first like interaction with the Brew Girl was Pride, El Paso Pride, 2018. Because I performed on the main stage. I was 17.
Subtle flag.
Subtle flags. And I met like the girls like Farrah, Dusty.
Oh, remind me
Jujubee.
to get back to that night.
Oh god.
Okay.
And they were all really nice. They were really, really wonderful people.
There were only a couple of Rue Girls there that.
Yeah, just a few. And it was the Ada Box.
Oh, Ada Box.
For
Yeah.
American Idol. Yeah. And then
So were you backstage like with all of
Yeah.
them, or how does that work? Because I've never performed at Pride before.
It
I've
was
never seen
all
it backstage. So it's like everyone just hangs out, and it doesn't matter that they're famous or anything. It's kind of the same pit.
Yeah. It was really cute. It was a learning experience.
Was that scary? Like
Honestly,
on that stage?
going back on it, not really. I
You just didn't think twice about it? Like,
No, I was very chill about it. I was like, oh, I guess. And as they were like, it's very important. There's gonna be so many people. I was like, it's just another gig.
that's good though. I mean, I feel like if you go into shows and you're beginning of your career like that, without like that kind of stage fright, then like it won't matter when you're performing in front of like at Wembley Stadium, like the Rude Girls are now. Because like I feel like you couldn't be a Rude Girl with that kind of stage fright. And so, what's the biggest stage you performed at? I guess Cruises, maybe? Pride?
Yeah, I think Pride at Cruises, yeah.
That was really big too.
Yeah, that's a lot of people, I think. I don't know about... It might be bigger than El Paso based on attendance-wise, right?
I've never been to the Pride in El Paso, so I wouldn't know.
Oh, really?
That was my first Pride too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Prides are fun. Wait, so did you have a Rude Girl story in that? Or they were
No.
just there was no tea there
There
at
was just
all?
black. There was just
she
like
said
a-
they're all lovely girls. I love them all.
She said I just saw
I
them.
did this.
We were in the same vicinity and that's it.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Okay, well then I had a little bit of tea for that night. I guess, let's see, so me and my friend Keith were, we stayed at my grandma's house because we were drinking, and so we didn't want to drive back to Cruces. And so it was down the street, and I don't even think it was like important to us at all. It was just kind of like back then, or how you just kind of get on Grindr to see what's tea, like
Of course.
you're not really like trying to.
We know those
really.
moments.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that. Okay. So I think we were doing that, and then but it kind of winding down. Like it was a long night. Got about to go to sleep and done drinking and everything. So we wake up and Keith like flips his shit because he just opens Grindr, and Farrah tapped him on Grindr.
Oh my god.
But he was asleep already. So I'm like, bitch, you missed out. Like, we were hosting technically.
We love hosting.
For Farrah, you better be hosting.
I know, I'm like, literally, like, I'll host a meet and greet and then y'all go in the
Oh my
back.
gosh. Girl, that was the meet.
That was a missed opportunity.
I know, I feel bad. It's like misconnections on Craigslist. that was an intense misconnection for Keith.
That sucks.
I would have been like the mom on Mean Girls, like, you guys need anything? Snacks, a condom, let me know.
The trauma.
But you guys have had to have worked with and kind of dealt with, I don't know, even like a little bit of like peeking through their real personalities with Rude Girls at Touch, right? Like kind of
Yes.
seeing these girls be a little, just like, even if it's not like hardcore shade or
Like
tea.
diva.
Like, I know obviously I'm not going to say the name because I love this person, but I heard that one of the winners was at Touch and smelled really bad.
Oh,
No,
I don't think.
give me a hint. Imagine.
we were
Imagine how
just
we guys-
looking at her Instagram.
Oh, lovely.
Tea. Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
Akasha
not surprised.
said that.
I know, I see that for her. I kind of see that for
I see
her.
that smelling.
I mean, yeah. So in real life, I guess that was also
That's
what that
unfortunate.
other queen said about her on the show. But yeah. But I mean, so do you have any like little insight of that? Of like, who have you guys opened for?
I've opened for Kahana Montrese. She was really nice. I've
Nice
opened
love
for Plastique. She was a diva. She was a diva.
She was a diva.
Yeah, it was wild. Not gonna lie.
Like,
But-
she was just kind of like by herself.
Well, no. So it was her and it was her boyfriend, right?
Oh,
You know?
really? So she got flown in with her assistant?
Yeah, her boyfriend was like assisting whatever.
Right, that's usually what they do.
And so Like, it was real cute, but like she didn't really talk to anybody. She was very much like about herself, but she like had her boyfriend doing everything for her, you know. She was like, literally, she would sit there in the mirror and she would just stare at herself, and she would like fix her hair and just like, you know, do whatever, while her boyfriend was like running around and like getting her outfits and like putting everything away and like doing this and doing that. And she was just like, you know, she was just like chilling. She was just like, okay, well, I gotta fix my hair, like let's just look at myself for a second. It was crazy. I was like,
As like diva looking though, like did she look like perfect?
She looked, she looked exactly like she did on TV, point blank.
See, when I think about that, back to when I first started bringing girls that had assistants, obviously a lot of the times they don't know like where they're gonna find an assistant that they trust with their money and their bags and all this stuff, and someone that's gonna not bail, and also like just it's intense. They have to know the work too. So a lot of the times the girls get their boyfriends who are used to doing it already, or their best friends. But then I feel like that is really hurtful for their relationships because they are there to do the bitch work basically. And I mean, if Plastique is paying her boyfriend, then I mean he can't really look at it like that, and you can't really look at it like that where it's like, oh, poor him because it's his job and he's getting paid to do that.
Well, true, but nobody knew if he was getting paid, you know.
True.
But also, I will say, like, it's not a matter of, like, if you're getting paid or not. It's just common decency to at least do something for yourself,
that's
you know?
true. And a lot of
like, if you see that, like, your assistant, no matter who they are, no matter if you're paying them, is struggling, you know, like, wouldn't you want to help them?
Well, speaking of that, and this is part of why I kind of had a negative experience with Alaska, because she was, like, the second or third person I brought, and it was the first time I've been, like, put off, and I thought, oh God, what if they're all like this? And I just got lucky the first couple times, but no, she's the only one that's ever been like that. Her assistant was her best friend, Jeremy, and he's still with her, touring the world, so I guess he doesn't care, or that dynamic is just their thing. But we were there, it was me and two other people helping me, and then Alaska and Jeremy are probably like y'all's size, so they're like tiny, and then their trunks and everything like were huge. Like Alaska's had two bags, they're like probably at least 50 pounds, and Alaska just was like, Jeremy, go take the bags, like that. And Jesus, he's like tiny, and he's supposed to take both of these bags. And the thing about that that put me off was both of us, me and my other one or two assistants, were offering to help because we weren't going anywhere. That was what we were there for, to help Alaska. And she said, no, he's got it. So that was just straight up like, I want him to suffer. Like, this is his job.
Yeah.
So, I can understand what you're saying. Like, you could be like nice about it, especially if you're not going to let other people help him. We're offering, like, take a bag of your own then. Like, they have rollers on the bottom of the suitcase. But I can't imagine. It sucks because I feel like even as a promoter, having assistants and people to help me, I feel like there are moments that I'm like, please go do this. Like, but I'm still like as nice as possible and just completely grateful that people are helping me. I don't know. Do you agree with me? I don't know.
I do, no, absolutely.
Yeah, sure, Ryan.
That's cute. No, just kidding, imagine.
You won't help anyone, Ryan.
I don't know, I just think, like, it's different in, like, different situations, you know? And it's hard to, like, look at it from an outsider's perspective, but also sometimes it's kind of not, you know?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think it's just very different for each situation and each girl is different, point blank.
Right, of course.
You know?
Okay, well then on that subject to stop breaking down girls, we want to bring people up. Who is your favorite Rue girl that you worked with? Or even your favorite queen at all, like someone that's inspired you to like be the better person and you realize, wow, like there's really pretty girls or really talented girls that are like who I want to be, who I aspire to be. I want to act like that, I want to be like that.
Well, I mean, obviously my favorite queen is Naomi Smalls, period. But my favorite queen that I've ever worked with is Will. She was really nice. She was like so much fun.
Yeah. And
I've worked with, she wasn't a real girl at the time when she came, Dahlia Sid, because her season is still not out.
Yeah.
But
because Touch has brought her before, right?
yeah, but when I worked with her, she was like the most chillest person in the world.
She seems chill.
So nice, so down to earth, like humbled the house. And I was just like, wow, she's everything I want to be.
I feel like they're already trying to make her the villain in season 12.
I've seen that all over Twitter.
Dead ass.
A lot of people are like, I wouldn't say necessarily bagging on her, but they're like,
just out of all of them, they're like getting a little
her
bit of
and
diva
then
vibes just from the Meet the Queen.
And then from, what's her name, Aiden?
Oh yeah, Aiden.
I think, I don't know the last name.
I'm gonna say Grace, but am I so wrong? Probably.
I don't know. I didn't really pay attention to to any of that.
Oh wait, what we just said, or season 12?
Season 12.
So you didn't watch like the Meet the Queen?
No.
Oh, okay.
I only watched Dahlia Sins. I haven't like found any other ones because I haven't like gone on a look for them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I think you guys should take the 30 minutes and watch them. I guess you could just wait. It's like coming around the corner.
When is it coming out?
Really fast, like February 28th.
Oh lord.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you'll find out real fast who you like and who you don't like.
Mm-hmm.
But Willem was the first queen I ever brought. And yeah,
Really?
she was totally like the most professional person I've ever worked with.
Mm-hmm.
And which is a good thing that was my first experience, because that's Willem, like, I think for everything. And since then, before Drag Race, since Drag Race, like, she's definitely
Always been professional.
yeah, everybody just like talks to that in her character about professionalism. And super talented, super funny, very nice. Willem is definitely a character. So if you haven't met Willem outside of Willem, like outside of the nightclub,
Mm-hmm.
then you don't know Willem. Because I've had a glimpse of the real like Willem Belli,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, oh okay. So you're just on a lot, but that's not you in bed at home by yourself, which is interesting.
Gotcha.
It means that she's very, very dedicated to that character. Like, I feel like the Will Ferrells of the world, like people that seem like on talk shows that they're always on, and like, do you ever like Robin Williams and stuff like that? And you never know what's going on in their head, really, because like I saw that different part of Willem, and even the voice kind of changes a little bit. It's insane.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So how would you say like it differed?
Well, he's just a little more relaxed and chill, and not like as like Willem. Yeah, just kind of the lingo that he used. It wasn't as like, I don't know. It's almost like, I don't know how to describe it. Just definitely toned down and not as over exaggerated. I don't know. It's a character for sure, though. And I think that might have. Well, he is an actor, so.
Oh, true. Going off that,
Yeah.
do y'all consider like your drag personas like separate from who you actually are?
Let me ask you, do you consider I think like absolutely not. Like I'm literally the same person in and out of drag. I'm just doing it because it's fun.
But you're like not exaggerated at all?
I don't think I'm an exaggerated person, but I'm definitely some character. Like there's definitely like, what's it called? A personality
like,
there.
I think there's going to be obviously some differences just because like you're highlighting and like projecting a certain part of yourself that doesn't necessarily get to be like seen all the time.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that it's like not there, you know? And for me, it's like, I just feel like it's the same, you know? I don't consider like Keisha Fawn to be like a separate like personality or like a separate like being from who I am, like some girls like say, you know? I don't know. It's just, I just feel like it's just me, you know?
And if anything, I've definitely found myself more through drag.
Right.
And I've like identified more as Salem, air quotes.
Yeah.
But like that's who I've been and who I am.
Yeah, I think it's more of that now than it was back then. Because I think back then it was definitely more of a character thing. Like, as far as how drag was like 20 years ago or 30 years ago, because they literally had camp and like completely different characters that were named after like they said like, oh, I got my drag persona from my aunt, or like I think somebody said it like kind of a I'm trying to think of somebody like Bianca obviously isn't Bianca all the time.
Yeah.
So like the older queens, I guess, that have been doing it for a long time, they kind of started with the character, but now it's more like, yeah, your personality.
I'm so sorry, I got so distracted. What is this large body of water?
It is Elephant View.
What? That it is?
The lake.
I've never been, never seen. Wow.
Wait, so how old were you when you went to Albuquerque? I was just like,
I was 15. I was asleep all the way.
oh, okay.
The bus
Yeah,
ride.
it gets pretty boring on this trip. So,
A lot of brown.
podcast is a visual or is an audio medium. So, for the listeners,
We're gonna set the scene.
we
No, just kidding,
are
imagine.
driving by like a body of water. It's kind of in the middle of mountains and desert though, so it's
Very random.
yeah. It is kind of a random spot, and it's like a little tiny town.
But it's cute. TRC is really cute.
Teal what?
TRC.
Oh, do you know why?
What's that?
Tears, Truth or Consequences?
It's like a little like town.
Do you
It's
know why
tiny.
Truth or Consequences is called Truth or Consequences?
I've heard it before, but I don't remember because it was a long time ago.
Okay. So back in the day, they had like game shows like Price is Right and stuff like that.
Okay.
And instead of advertising, like, what are you doing?
No, keep going.
Instead of advertising like on a commercial or trying to get the word out about a TV show, they literally went to, I don't even know who you go to, they went to New Mexico and said, where you want to buy your town and rename it.
Oh my gosh.
So
Okay.
they renamed the town.
A game show?
What the game show was that was coming out was going to be called. So it's called Truth or Consequences, based on a game show called Truth or Consequences back then.
Really?
Yeah, like in the 60s or the 70s.
That's cute.
Yeah. Fun facts about New Mexico.
I love fun facts.
It's super cute. It's like the
History.
smallest little town ever. And that's where the hot springs are.
The hot springs.
Love that place.
There's hot springs?
Yeah.
And what else? Let's see, we have the Gila Cliff Dwellings, which are cute.
I don't know
I've
if I've
heard
been
of
there.
those.
I did that for a field trip. Carlsbad Caverns.
I've been there a couple
We're by
times.
there.
No.
No.
I'm just talking about
Oh, like things in
places in
Mexico.
New Mexico, yeah.
Sorry.
We have Roswell.
I've been to those places, yes. Roswell's really cute. I love it.
I don't know if I've been to Roswell. I don't think I have. Wait, is Hobbs in New Mexico or Texas?
No, it's in New Mexico.
So Nicole lives
I'm
in
pretty sure.
like the edge of New Mexico, right next to Texas. I like keep trying to like see these flyers about like Hobbs and Lubbock, and I'm like, they're not far, but they're not.
I think they're like
close.
super. Yeah, Hobbs is in New Mexico.
But it's like the edge of it, the edge of glory.
Literally the edge of it.
From where?
Hobbs, New Mexico is like on the edge where next to Texas.
Past Carlsbad, yeah.
My geography is so off.
So there's Hobbs, and then there's Lubbock.
Oh, okay. So you can like walk to Lubbock.
I don't know about all that.
This guy, actually, I was about to say my ex, but yeah, right. This guy, super gorgeous guy. He had the biggest dick ever, like.
Lovely.
I know, sorry, is this a PG-13? Like, okay.
Wait, hold on.
No,
Before we go, the distance between Hobbs and Lubbock is literally like an hour. Like 2 hours.
Okay. That's cute.
Okay, so what you're saying, biggest dick ever?
Yeah. Well, it's funny because his name was Nathan, so I think of Nathan's hot dog.
Nathan Hot Dog.
Nathan's-
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay.
It's just like Never mind, I'm not gonna go into more detail.
No, I really want to YouTube.
I don't know, it was like not only long, but it was girthy. I don't know, it was like perfect. It was beautiful.
Okay. She said it was beautiful.
And then we went to his dorm room, and he had a dorm mate, and there was a bathroom that was shared between their room and someone else's room. So, but he still wanted to like fool around, and so we went in the bathroom in the middle of like 4 guys, like dorms. It was ratchet. Anyway, that totally wasn't the point. That shouldn't have been like the main thing. I didn't even have my car there. He like drove his car from El Paso, and some girl picked me up in the morning. It was a very like Ratchet Ryan days. You guys will never experience again. But
what's your name? With that attitude?
He's from Lubbock, and he told me it's not pronounced Lubbock, Brian. I actually don't remember how he talked. He didn't talk like that. He said it's pronounced Lubbock, and he would just go down like die hard, like saying that. We're like, okay, Lubbock, and we just kept making fun of him. We're like, what is that even? It's Lubbock. It's like, no, it's Lubbock.
Oh my god.
It's like, so you're like saying it's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
Yeah, literally.
Like, okay, Lubbock, calm down. Anyway, I feel like, what time is it on the thing? I was gonna say, I feel like this is a halfway point, which is a good time to take a break. We'll be right back to ROX Talks.
Hey ghouls, Tara Krueger, the sweetest psychopath you'll ever meet, and if you like blood, violence, and freaks of nature, then this is definitely the place for you. Subscribe to my channel. We talk about true crime, horror movies, and we just play with makeup. So if that's something up your back alley, subscribe to this channel, hit that bell for notifications, and follow me on Instagram, and we'll be seeing each other real soon.
Well, hello. Are you in the Las Cruces area and interested in learning how to pole dance? If yes, then you are listening to the right podcast. I'm Brittany, and I'm a pole fitness instructor. I've been teaching in El Paso for the past few years and have finally decided to bring pole fitness to my city, Las Cruces, New Mexico. I currently offer both individual and group private lessons. This means that we can train one-on-one, or you can bring a friend or 3 with you. I'm also available for bachelorette parties and special events. I love working with new people and creating lesson plans that are tailored to each of my students' desires and needs. I'm also trained in handstands, flexibility, and floor work if you'd like to focus on building strength in additional and complementary ways. Pole dancing is for everyone. No experience is required, and absolutely all skill levels are welcome. If you have any questions or would like to schedule a lesson with me, please call or text 575-640-0699. I look so forward to hearing from you and being part of your pole dance journey.
And we're back! That was a great break, wasn't it?
It was.
We had some Skittles.
Girl, we stay having the Skittles.
We always have the Skittles. So, yeah, like I said, we kind of passed our halfway mark. I don't know if there's anything you want to talk about in particular, but I have something that we all have to promote. It's kind of an announcement, because I haven't said it on anywhere in public yet.
Okay.
But on March 28th, I know people might be listening from other places, but mainly from El Paso and Cruces, I hope, our friends. March 28th at Club 30 at the Ramada in Las Cruces, New Mexico, we will be having Jessica Wilde from Season 2 of RuPaul's Drag Race, and yours truly, Ryan ROX, as well as
Keisha Fawn
and
Salem Ofax.
will be performing, and it's gonna be cute. I think it's gonna be $7 with a free meet and greet.
Oh, that's not that long.
And we're gonna have berry acai, absolute berry acai.
I love that drink.
We love that drink.
And we're excited to see her. And wait, you guys have seen Jessica, right?
I've never met her, but I've seen her up close.
Yeah,
But
I've seen her on like Drag Race.
Wait, weren't you talking about?
Oh yeah, I messaged her on Grindr.
Oh,
Wait,
my
so
gosh.
when were you were in the vicinity, but you didn't go to the show?
No.
I see.
This was like during the day.
Yeah.
So like this was before the show when
So
she was like getting into town.
She was at the hotel or something.
Yeah.
That's funny. Wait, so what did you say?
I harassed her, and I said,
Okay, you say that. That sounds bad, and it wasn't harassment.
okay.
Like, what did you?
I was just like messaging her. I messaged her with one message, and she never responded.
What was it? Do you want this dick?
No, I
Oh
just
my
said, I
gosh.
love that drink.
Well, because, like, she brought it up, and we were like, no, that's not her. Because, like, I didn't see anything about her coming to Epic at all.
Okay.
There was, like, no promo on her coming here, so I was like, what is going on? Why is Jessica Wilde doing in El Paso, Texas?
Well, I feel like a lot of girls do that, though. Like, Silky was at Pride randomly when she wasn't performing.
Didn't she also come with Vanessa
she
to
came
Touch?
with Vanjie, but she wasn't in drag and she didn't perform. And then the next day she went to Pride downtown and she was just walking around not in drag.
Yeah.
Which is random.
That is interesting.
And it's like, who paid for that ticket for her to just not be in drag?
Okay, T. She said that.
Well, no, this is like, I literally want to know.
Maybe she...
But if she came with Vanjie, it wouldn't be, because I heard... I don't know if I should say that.
You're already this deep.
Yeah, you already said it.
Well, I heard that, like, yeah, Vanjie was busy and Silky didn't know what to do. I guess it's the watered down version of that. Like, that, because Silky wasn't a part of the meet and greet. So she was trying to, like, kind of get in on her meet and greet. And Vanessa's like, girl, this is, like, Touch paid me. Girl, this is Touch paid me. To do a meet and greet with my fans. And why you over here? Get out of here. But... yeah, so it's kind of random that she was, and she went to Pride and Touch, I think. I mean, and Epic.
Oh, and Epic.
I think she was just
I
kind
didn't
of
know
all
about
over
that
the place. Maybe not Epic, I don't know. I just remember seeing her like a lot, and not in drag, which is random.
Yeah, I remember like the night after, or the day after I saw the videos, and I was like, wait, what is going on right now?
But I totally did that. But it was a little more, less like kind of random. Like I love that drink on Grindr.
That's tears.
Me and my friends went to pick up Fifi O'Hara from San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
And Bianca was in the show. And Bianca was like on our floor. And
What?
we look on Grindr and it's like Roy. And it's like a picture of Bianca's boy. And it's just like the first one. So it was like 6 feet away or something like that.
Gosh.
So we were like, no way. So we literally went down the hall and we're like listening in. And I kid you not, we didn't think it was gonna work. But since Bianca's so loud, we just hear like her yelling to somebody.
Oh wow.
Just yell talking, I guess. So we found a room and we were standing outside of it for a second. We're like, we are such creepers, we need to stop doing this. So we went back and like formulated the perfect message to send to her.
Mm-hmm.
And we said something like, hey, we're here for the show, we're with Fifi. Do you want to have a drink before the show downstairs? We'll buy. And we didn't get anything back.
Oh.
But yeah, I guess technically that was like probably creepy too. I don't think when they're on Grindr...
I mean, I'm sure that she's seen worse.
But I don't think when they're on Grindr they want to, like, talk to fans. They just want to fuck fans. If they're going to, like, talk to a fan.
But, like, since it's weird because since you already have this fan base, there's, like, that notion of, like, fame takes away your privacy.
Right.
So, like, they should know.
Yeah.
And... I mean, I've been with a queen that I brought where she, like, we had like a happy hour, like, free drink ticket. And so I was like, hey, are you gonna get your drink? We have an hour to get it. And so she's like, yeah, sure, I'll meet you in the lobby. And so I met her in the lobby, and she has this guy with her. And we're like, what the fuck? Who is this guy? Like, he's just standing there like he's her assistant or something. And we're like, she flew in alone. Like, and so like she didn't introduce him or anything, and we went down to the bar together and she was like on her phone. That guy wasn't saying anything. That guy, I guess, felt awkward, so he invited some friends and then they were all just talking. And then later, like, I just had no idea. I didn't put 2 and 2 together, but later my friends were like, well, duh, she must have like got him on Grindr and they must have fucked, and it was just really awkward because he wouldn't leave. Yeah. I'm like, oh, okay.
We love a little arm candy.
Okay, well, I think it'd be fun because we were talking about astrology ROX has a new podcast, and her thing that she does is like she kind of reads people's tarots.
Okay.
Or tarot, and I mean they kind of go deep and talk about real shit. And I kind of wanted to like think of something cute to like ask my guests in the future, but like 3 questions that are not about drag, but about you as a human, but also like something quirky. So I mean I don't really know what those questions are.
Where do we start?
I wanted to ask like something fun, like not that cheesy of like, oh, if you could be anyone dead or alive, who would it be? But more to the like what I asked about, like somebody you look up to in drag, but not drag related.
Yeah, just cutesy question.
Yeah, but not necessarily that question. So.
I like asking people if they've ever fisted someone.
Oh, okay.
You'd be surprised.
There you go.
Because you'd be surprised.
You'd be very surprised.
Okay, Salem Ofax, you're in the hot seats. Have you ever?
No.
Have you ever been?
Have I ever been? No.
Would you ever been?
Would I ever?
Would you ever been done Heather?
The most has been. In me, no.
Out of
someone
a scale
else's,
of 1 to 5.
It was 4 fingers. I didn't go all the way in, but that's as much.
Because you couldn't?
I guess I have really big fingers.
Or
That sounds
with
scary.
that? Did you have all that?
What?
Nails?
With all these?
You cut someone's guts up with.
Girl,
the nails.
I ain't doing none of that.
With the nails, the long nails by Radiance. Does she have a name for her nails?
Well, the nail salon is Nails by Mary Lou. You can find it in El Paso, Texas, off of Martha Way.
You know what, Martha?
But make sure. Wait, yeah, but are we endorsing that you can fist with them?
I'm pretty sure if you tried hard enough,
I mean, I don't think you should.
you probably shouldn't,
some
but that doesn't mean you
helmet, no,
can't.
I don't see why not.
I don't see why not either.
Have you?
Have I? No.
Are you sure there was
a lot of
hesitation?
silence.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to think about it, but no, that's not for me.
Okay.
I've seen things
I've seen things.
Saint it.
Alright.
that are scary.
Is it Keisha's turn?
Yes,
Girl, I've never done that. I'm a virgin. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Let's see. Well, not like that question, but since we went there, I don't know. If you, I don't want that stupid beach question either. Like stranded on a beach. What are the 3 things that you can't?
Okay.
That's basic.
See, all of them are so basic. I want to think of a cute, like, question that you can play off of.
We should have figured out the question.
I know, we
started.
should have. That is true. These are facts.
But that's okay. We live and we learn.
Okay.
And right now,
It's
we're
in
learning.
the moment.
We are learning.
It's
Yes.
in the moment.
It's kind of a secondary inaugural podcast, so.
Wow, she said that.
I know, right?
That's a big word.
Mina, 2 big words. Let's see. I don't know. We do have a lot of drag in common, so I don't think it necessarily is a bad thing if we make it drag related.
Yeah, I don't think so. Clear your mind. First question.
Okay.
What is it?
What is your
Alright.
first? Yeah, the first thing that pops into your
First thing that pops into. Oh, okay.
Anything at
Have
all?
you ever been in love?
I was just gonna
Like,
say.
are we talking about romantically? Are we
I
talking
am
about?
saying the question. Do you play
Yeah,
off of it?
okay.
You answer it.
Yes.
I think that's a hard question. I would say yes, but not romantically, if that makes sense.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Because, like, girl, you know, going back to zodiac signs, we talked about this before. Well, I haven't talked about this, but mine and Salem's Venus is in Gemini. And so for people who don't know, that just means that, like, we get bored hella easy.
Hell, Marys.
And basically, it's hard for us to keep, you know, like, it's hard, like, to keep our attention, basically. So we
In
move
love.
on really, really fast in love. But
anyone who gives us attention will fall in love.
yeah, but like not even talking about like relationships like that. I think that I've like fallen in love like platonically with like my sisters in El Paso, you know.
Yeah.
Well, not all of them, but some of them, you know.
She said that.
I mean, it's just facts,
Right,
you know?
no, of course.
You're not gonna click like that with everybody, but when you do,
You do.
Yeah.
you do. So yeah, I think in terms of like that, of course, but in terms of relationships, definitely not, because I know damn well that I am not about to like fall in love in Las Cruces or El Paso. Like,
Absolutely.
I have bigger
Where do
things.
you think you're gonna fall in love?
Definitely not
those places.
not here. That's all I know.
Okay. And then Salem, you answered yes right away.
Well, because I was going off with like what Keisha said. Like, there's many definitions to like love, and obviously I'm in love with Keisha.
Aww, I saw that post. That was cute. Y'all's
But like very platonically, very friendly, and I guess like the media really shapes what love is, but like
right.
to each their own. Love is like what they want to define it as, and absolutely I have like
Period.
unconditional love with my family. I love my family, but romantically no. I've been in relationships, but I don't think that's love. That's more lust, or
Right.
what's that word?
Got it. I feel
Fathom.
I feel like I have, but it was at the point where y'all are at. I guess age-wise, and I guess we all kind of have different spans of like growing with relationships and how much we invest in them, or how much we even see ourselves like as people in relationships. So I'd like to say I was once when I was 19, as far as relationships go.
But only once.
Right. And I think it wasn't mutual, which would, in my head, kind of make it seem like lust
Yeah.
that I portrayed as love back then.
Okay.
But until I find it again, I don't think I'd be able to know the difference between whether I was in love or lust back then. But in my head, that was love. So I don't know anything other than that as far as relationships go.
Yeah.
Obviously, yeah, family and friends and stuff, it's different for me. That's like, yeah, you have your chosen family and your real family, and there's different kinds of love there, but yeah, I guess I mainly meant relationship, but thank you for answering the way you did. And that actually kind of made me think of another question. Do we have time? Do we have time? We do have some time.
We're gonna make time.
It made me think of, would you or have you kai sex and drag?
Never.
Well,
With like another girl.
I'm like, well,
with another drag queen, I guess.
Yes.
And then also,
No.
I kind of would want to know, like, yeah,
Would we or have
you
we?
or would you have sex in drag?
with another drag queen, no, I have not.
With another drag queen, no. In drag,
Would you?
no.
In drag, I have.
Oh, absolutely.
But girl, I'm always in drag. No, just kidding, imagine. No, but yeah, I have in drag. But with another queen, no, I have not. Would I? I don't think so with anybody that I know. Just
Well-
because I feel like I've gotten to a point where I'm like a little too like, you know?
Close to everyone?
Yeah.
And also, like, I would, like, in my head, it seemed like, it wasn't really that I was in drag. I was just my feminine side. It was my, you know, I was, I guess, drag, but
Girl,
it was
there
just me
is-
as a girl.
Yeah, there's no drag, it's just us.
It's just me. Get the same mouth.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. She said
What that
same
mouth do, I feel like
Would you
I haven't, but I wouldn't.
be opposed to?
No, I don't think I could.
Why?
I think, okay, actually, at one time it was kind of weird, but I was not in drag, so that's why it was different.
Okay.
Because I was very attracted to the personality
Okay.
of this queen in particular.
Okay.
And I didn't really like him, or I didn't think I liked him. But when he was in drag, it was like something about the change in personality that I was attracted to. So I hooked up, but like I wasn't in drag, so I wasn't a kai.
Okay.
That's a story.
But I didn't really like him, or like I don't really like him as a boy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'm in love with that. Not in love. I just like the character and the confidence that he has when he's in drag is sexy.
Tea.
But just in that one instance, I don't necessarily think I'd be attracted in that way to a queen in drag.
You
Because
never know,
yeah,
not
I'm
with that
like
attitude.
you're so no, but like yeah, you're all my sisters and people are like I respect queens like they're amazing and diva.
Yeah, see, I will say that,
friend.
like, even though, like, the scene in El Paso can get a little messy, you know, at the end of the day, I think it's just, like, so close-knit, no matter how much, like, anybody wants to admit it or not.
We're
like,
still sisters.
yeah, all of us. Literally all of
Always,
us.
of course.
It doesn't matter, like, how close you are to them, but, like, at the end of the day, like, the drag scene in El Paso really isn't that big at all, point blank.
Right.
So it's like... You're
incest.
That's what that's
Yeah,
how
literally,
I put it. I'm
that's
I'm
like-
not gonna have sex with my sisters.
Yeah, that's kind of what it's like, you know?
Yeah, very that.
Maybe it'd be different in a bigger city, but here,
I mean,
in this moment,
at
no.
this time.
So, in other words, we all get laid in Albuquerque. Hey!
That's interesting.
And with that,
We'll find out in about 2 hours. Imagine.
Hey! Okay, so let's wrap things up like we will tonight. Hey! I think I have like one more question, and let's see. I think it's another open-ender. I don't know. I feel like I know it was like on the tip of my tongue, but I wanted to word it nicely, and it didn't really.
She didn't get worded at all.
Okay, well, I guess it more like kind of where you expect to be or where you want to be eventually. Not necessarily a 5-year plan, 10-year plan, but you obviously said that you don't want to fall in love in Las Cruces or El Paso. So eventually, where do you see yourself? What do you want to do? Where do you want to be?
I'm not going to limit it to anything. I'm just saying that I don't see myself falling in love to El Paso because the moment I like keep that open is the moment where I'm gonna get stuck, you know?
Right.
So I'm just like starting to not necessarily close off, but like maybe like pause certain ideas, you know? Just so that way I don't feel like I'm stuck in Las Cruces or like I'm stuck in El Paso, you know? I don't really know exactly where I see myself going, but I do know for an absolute fact that I need to go to a bigger city, you know?
Yeah. I see that for you.
And yeah, I think it just depends. Nobody knows where life's gonna take us.
True.
But girl, she gonna take us, so.
Very true.
But yeah, time will tell.
Okay, Salem.
What was the question?
Where do you see yourself? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to be in the future?
Honestly, right now,
Near, far, wherever you are.
I'm very, like, you know, I'm still young. I'm still 19. I'm very, like, you know what? It's very short-term, like, plans. Like, wherever it takes me, wherever I'm going. I mean, it's good to have, like, a plan. I mean, it's better. It's probably better, but at the moment, I'm very, like, wherever I'm going, I think it's good. And I know for a fact, like, I think I'm going to go to a good place. Maybe not necessarily what I want, but maybe something close.
Cute.
Aspirations versus dreams.
Yeah.
Or are they the same thing? I don't know.
I feel like that's it enough, but yeah. I think I get what you're trying to say though.
How about you?
I think I'm just like currently recently sober, and that was my main goal, and now that I've kind of got there and stayed there, I'm looking to the future, and I really like acting and doing this stuff. other things about other cities. So I think I'm narrowing it down of where I want to be eventually.
That's good.
And the last thing to close out our podcast, ROX Talks. Yeah, we got 5 minutes. I just thought of this, and this is probably more of a better, cute, like, open question. If you were to die tomorrow and you had one more thing to post on social media,
Oh, jeez.
what would you want it to be?
So we know that we're dying?
Yeah. Like, you know that your family and everybody, like, pretend like your mom and everyone that you know is gonna see this tweet. If they're gonna put it on your headstone.
On your headstone?
Okay, they'll put it in the program.
I was like, wow. I don't know, honestly. I don't know, like, exactly the words that I would say, but obviously it would have to be, like, a message of love and thanks, you know? Because me being the way I am, I don't show stuff like a normal person, you know, emotionally. I'm a little bit emotionally closed off to everyone else. But, yeah, I don't know. You know, I think it would just be, like, one last, like, little message of love, reassurance, and thanks, you know? Because I do have a lot that I have to be grateful for, you know? We all do. It could be a lot worse.
I like that.
So, yeah. That's it for me.
Sorry. I'm getting distracted by the scenery.
Oh, yeah, there's so much to
All
look
this
at.
dirt.
I
girl.
love it though, it's cute.
I mean, it's cute until you live in it for 20 years.
You're right.
She saw the moon, the full moon.
Full moon.
Woo!
Not a full moon tonight.
There's supposed to be a snow moon on, like, Sunday? Tomorrow?
Tomorrow? Tonight?
Both.
Oh, okay, last post.
Sorry, okay. I guess it'd just be the same, like thanking and being grateful. Definitely trying to let everyone know, like, you know what? No matter what anyone says, just do what you want to do. Very that.
Cute.
You know?
Mine would be follow me on Instagram. I'm Ryan ROX, and come to my show March 28th at Club 38. Really though, live your life, do you, because it's over in a flash. And thank you guys for listening. Thanks to my guest, Keisha Fawn.
Thank you.
Thank you. Adios.
Salem
Muchas
Ofax.
gracias.
And literally all three of us will be at a club near you.
This won't be the
Coming
last time you hear
very soon.
about it.
And I imagine
It wasn't the first, and it's not.
Definitely not the last.
I imagine if you're listening to this, you already follow us. But if you don't, we will have links and all that jazz. So click and follow and subscribe and all that. And until next time,
Make good choices.